on the phone conversations. And like I said, two different phone conversations. And these are two U.S. presidents. Both of these guys are United States presidents. Ronald Reagan is actually the steward of the Republican Party. Republicans refer to him as the greatest president of all time.
Yeah,
he's their
godfather.
He's their Martin Luther King. Like every Republican was like, I'm a Ronald Reagan Republican. I'm a Ronald Reagan Republican. Da, da, da. Like they refer now Trump. I'm sure he thinks of himself as the greatest of all time. But before Trump, they would defer to Ronald Reagan as the greatest example of a Republican president. And this is their shining light example. This is how he's talking. So what you think the rest of them is talking? If the leader is talking like this,
it's way worse now. What you think? 47 getting off? What?
Crazy with no apology. With no apology. So I just think that's why I say the politics game, man. I can't fully buy into it, even though I do believe in taking part in it. But these politicians, man, they so fake and phony, and a lot of them are racist. Not just a few. A lot of them are racist.
A lot of tech CEOs too, and hedge fund managers. Can't just say the politicians.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, if you want Hollywood tech managers, VC funds, if we could go there, sports owners, Donald Sterling. You think Donald Sterling was the only one? You think Donald Sterling was the only one that thought like that?
That's a real good old boys club. Like they almost hate Cuban for how off center he was from being in agreement and alignment with them. But yeah, those clubs, different.
Media companies. Well, I mean, the powers that be. The powers that be. You think Rupert Murdoch is just, the best person in the world?
Maybe not. Succession, a great show to watch about the inner workings of their family, allegedly.
So what's your thoughts on this?
It's what's been happening since the very beginning. I wasn't surprised. I was like, oh, not my Ronald. I wasn't shocked. And it's worse.
What's your thoughts on, not that you're surprised, but what does this speak to the political system in America?
I think anything that runs this long, if it's corrupt, is designed to be corrupt since inception. People often say like, well, the system is broken. No, it's not. The system is designed to work the way that it's supposed to. Even in AI, I was telling people a few years ago, okay, AI is going to be the way to legally allow discrimination and racism in the job market. And now Block lays off 10,000, Meta lays off some, Oracle lays off some, and they're going to stagger. They can't just eliminate 6 million jobs at one time. It's going to be layers. So the political system is designed to benefit who is supposed to benefit. So I think it's working perfectly. I'm not surprised though, at all. And there's some of us that are in politics that don't like us either. They want to be the only one black person in the system. And even when people say, well, you got to be in the system to change it. No, you want to change your life. We're not trying to change enough for nobody else.
Gatekeepers and sellouts. It's a lot of them.
For sure.
Well, let's talk about...
Real quick. I know you say you shouldn't post nothing in publicly if you're in a relationship. What if they're a vibe, though? And the vibe brings a vibe. Can you then post it?
No, you can post anything. I'm not saying not to post. I'm just
we're doing Rashad's rules. Mike, click this up. Rashad's rules. Yeah, don't post in it. Be mindful.
If it's me personally, I don't think that is the best. Because I just think, your relationship is your relationship. You should keep it private. Once you start to post, you invite outside influences in unnecessarily. It's not needed, especially if you still exactly. I don't think it's needed. And then also, I think that if it does go bad, now you gotta, do the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing, because that's why she did it. I think she was so publicly facing. Now she got to give a public statement, and now you're just going down just a whole different, rabbit hole for no reason. So, I just, but what
do you do when they do the peer pressure thing? Well, if you really love me, you would add this to your story.
I mean, if social media means that much, what means more to you? Me or social media? If social media means more to you than me, then have a relationship with social media.
You a bad boy. You ain't never lied, though. You ain't never lied. And that shit not gonna work how you think anyway. It's not gonna go. It's gonna line up the new prospects for the 27 draft.
Prospects.
For sure. What? Head guard. Okay. You sure you want this?
This ain't what you
girls
want.
don't care
This ain't what you want.
at all. You should be there with me. Why you didn't know where her? Some of them, and if you post in real time, some of them will pop up and sit at 3 tables over. Gotta be careful. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, fellas, be careful. I was on Twitter, right? Black women are like planning a retaliation. I'm a cheat first campaign. So
that's so ridiculous. I don't even want to put that. I don't even want to put that on black women. I think that was a few knuckleheads.
A select few.
Who does that? My whole thing is like
a lot of them cheating first anyway.
Who's planning? Okay, we're going to cheat this something. Like, just don't be.
They had the whole hot girl summer a few years ago. What you mean?
Just don't be in a relationship. Like, it's nobody's putting a gun to your head and making you. Or some people are, but for the most part, nobody's forcing you to do anything, right? Like, you don't have to be in a relationship. Like, say, okay, we're going to cheat on our men this summer. Like, that makes you that gives you pride and value. That's my only thing with the whole hot girl summer thing. And I hate to be, this guy that kind of, I don't want to be misogynistic, but as a woman, right? Like, I was always raised to think that women is, like valuable, extremely valuable, and your body's your temple, and you're the mother of civilization and all of that. You feel good about yourself by just having sex with 3 men in 1 week. That's empowering to you. When none of the 3 men care about you. They don't know your name. They wouldn't give you anything if you was down and out on your knees. Like you really like just that. I just don't understand that level of like, oh yeah, this is what we're going to do this summer. We're going to wear nothing. We're going to just find some strangers, have sex with, risk our life, because half of these dudes is crazy. And that's fun.
We have to talk about that.
That's fun to you?
Well, since you got all serious. No,
I'm just saying, I'm just, what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that's a narrative that was just, when it was just presented, I never understood it. I never understood how that is presented as empowering. It's dangerous.
That's actually the delusion and propaganda created to keep the families more separate, the sexual liberation on both sides, because it leads to a lot of devastation, for sure. But we can act like they're not home, you know what I mean?
No, but I'm just saying, like, just be mindful. Mm-hmm. Be mindful. Like, y'all playing, it's all fun and games until it's not.
Yeah. But fellas, some of y'all gotta realize they've been on that campaign the last few years anyway. So be mindful. What you claiming? We do have to talk about the crazy part. For the fathers, brothers, uncles, check on the women in your lives. There's a lot of abuse going on. It's a lot of abuse, not just the Ashley Janae situation. I don't know if we want to touch on that. Here in Houston, there's a situation that's getting really big. Be careful if you have a female or woman in your life, that you care about, that you check on her often. Because abuse is going up like crazy, and they're not even hiding it. They're not even hiding it.
And this goes back to arranged marriage might not ever be a thing in the United States, but the introduction needs to at least come back. A formal introduction of like, look, I vetted this situation. I know the kid. I'm the uncle.
I know his family. Yep.
Right. Exactly.
We need that.
Like, let's do that. And then let's see if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But it's not safe for women to just be doing like, it's really, really dangerous. Like you said, we could talk about extreme situations where people are getting killed. And that's happening a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Even in Shreveport, Louisiana, rest in peace. That was crazy. The guy killed himself, 4 children.
Yeah.
The woman, the whole thing. But how many women are getting physically abused? A lot. How many women are getting verbally abused? A lot. How many women are getting financially abused? A lot. How many people just nervous, scared, got to move out? Like they going home and they do this like in their driveway, watching or hacking the phone. I know a few girls that got their phones hacked. These dudes is crazy. They go through these dudes
security system hacked. Yep.
M16 like level like
craziness.
What's the British CIA dying?
MI6.
MI6, yeah, and the CIA, and they got the highest level of intelligence. Like nothing is worse than a crazy. Y'all say a crazy woman, a woman scorned. Nothing is worse than a crazy man. Crazy man will literally tap your refrigerator, have tracking device. They'll fucking have
tracking device in your car and AC.
Man, you talking about Palantir, and like Anduril, like they will have that level of technology. A crazy man will go to the ends of this earth to fuck up his life over a woman, and then blame it on the woman.
Yep, especially if they have money and resources. Oh, for sure.
I done seen some crazy. I done heard some crazy stories.
Crazy stories. Trackers in the tire, like took the tire off, replaced it, trying to be healthy. No bullshit. Tracker in the car.
No, it's crazy, bro. It's
like,
really
what
crazy.
the fuck?
It's really crazy, man. And now you gotta be careful what you drink. Watch your drink.
Yeah.
Watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's be careful, man. Be careful. Be mindful. Be mindful.
Yeah, it's insane. It is.
Can we talk about Trump?
Sure. What would he do?
Trump. So this, you know, when you, and every entrepreneur goes through this. You got something and it's work, and you
just go back to the
and it's like
I saw.
Yo, you did it 3 times already, right? Like you can't do the same play 3 times because it did work. It did work for him. The assassination attempt definitely worked for him when the summertime.
Yep.
And even the time before that. But the summertime was like the peak. That was the real like moment when the air and he came up holding the fist and all that. So,
like power fist.
So the ballroom is getting stalled out. They're not gonna give me the ballroom. Okay, I know what I need to do. We're gonna have a shooter. Like it's to the point now where if this would happen, bro, what president? Oh, there hasn't been an assassination attempt on a U.S. president in like 45 years. Now there's 3 in 2 years on one president. What's the odds of that happening? Like that doesn't seem a little suspicious to you? And like I said, I haven't seen one person that took this serious. Like that's the crazy thing. Imagine
on either side.
If it was an assassination attempt, everything would stop. The school would shut down. They'd be like, "Yo, damn, it's so much of a joke at this point." It happened. Nothing even. He goes on 60 Minutes. He goes crazy. Like I didn't see one person that actually took this serious at all.
And it was not the darkest of hue, but it's a darker hued person. They got him on the ground. So you mean he came into a correspondence dinner with a gun to potentially kill an FBI director, vice president, and president, and he's still alive? How? You had two female bodyguards at the front door that looked like they were just working at the hookah lounge. How? It's tough for security just to get into a Hawks game or a Rockets game than was at their front door. And then they say, well, the gun was already planted. And who planted it?
You could just plant guns in the White House?
Like, bro.
Ballroom? Like, and that's the reason why we need a new ballroom. This shit is the biggest. This is the biggest.
Bro, we're in a fucking recession. Like, you only gonna be there another 3 years?
It's the biggest joke of presidency I've ever seen in my life. Like, to run the same play 3 times in a row, like you said, it's like, all right, the pick and roll worked for you. You're going to run the same exact play 3 times. The 3rd time is like, bro.
Come on.
No. We're not going for it. Not this time.
Speaking of more utter bullshit, what you think of Nick Saban plan to lobby to NIL deals?
Let's play this clip. Actually, shall we?
Saban and all those guys are meeting with Trump at the White House. They're trying to overturn, and he's putting a bill in to take away all NIL.
What?
And they control it.
Saban's trying to overturn NIL?
Hello?
What?
Tuberville.
That's crazy to me.
Or Tuberville. That's how both of them got their start on black athletes and athletes. And now the athletes are getting paid properly just out of the gross amount of money. And then you says, I want to take it away. You're not only taking it away from an athlete, you're taking it away from his family.
Okay, that's alleged. Let's just say that. That's alleged.
Allegedly. I do find the time and interest in the retirement, as you know, got incredibly popular, and you just couldn't have a dominance over black athletes, allegedly.
I mean, I think that there's definitely going to be some level of recourse as far as, schools wanting to take back power because it's getting crazy. It's getting out of control from the parents' report. I'll say there needs to be some reform because now these kids is going to a different school every single
year is crazy. Yeah.
And now there's players that play professional basketball. Now that's now coming into college. They're 22 years old. They'd already played 3 years in the G League.
I hate
they
that.
Played overseas, got a bag, came back. Like when we was growing up, it was a goal to play Division I basketball. It was something that you would strive for, and some people was able to do it, some people wasn't able to do it, but at least you had an opportunity to do it.
Yeah,
it ain't even an opportunity no more. If you're not the top 1%,
It's not happening.
You're not going D1.
And D2 getting tougher.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
tough. Because everybody who should be playing D1 is migrating down. But yeah, if you played in the pros, you should not be able to go back and play college athletics. Like, what the hell are we doing? I think there should be a minimal, let's say 2 to 3 transfers in the transfer portal. But this going to a new school every year like you're on 2K My Player, that shit is crazy. But I do think that some of those coaches, not saying that Nick Saban isn't a great coach, but when players were able to kind of determine where they went, the timing of which him retiring and that sequence is very fascinating to me.
I will say this. If they take away NIL, right? I don't think they can take away NIL because you can't reverse something that's going, where's the money going to go? And now people will, because it's not just like athletes are the only one benefiting from it. Schools are benefiting from it also.
Tremendously.
They're paying, now they get to fast track their success because they can actually just pay the athletes outright. And now the schools with the highest budget can operate on a professional level. Really. So it's beneficial from a school standpoint. Don't think these schools are losing money.
Oh, no.
At the highest level. They're not losing money.
They're not losing money.
By paying.
The university football program is a prime example. Mendoza just went. That partnership between Cuban and IU, the enrollment is on fire at Indiana.
Exactly.
They're not losing any money.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Good example.
Mm-hmm.
So I think is some reform needed? Yeah, because it's getting crazy as far as, like I said, I think the transfer portal is my biggest concern. I don't want to see kids just going to a different school every single year strictly because of money. Strictly because of money. Like you're in Florida one year, then you in UNLV one year, then you go to Providence, then you go to St. John's. It's crazy.
And you're going to mess up a relationship after your playing career with the donors because you're looked at like a sports puta here. Like you have no allegiance to anybody. So no particular school is going to be behind you and support you when you need upward mobility. Like the one thing I will say about Cuban, if you were remotely talented in that sports field and you went to IU, Cuban found a way for you. There's a lot of people who became agents from IU just because they were good students. So if you're hopping around, you go to Indiana, Illinois, then you end up at UCal, Berkeley, then you go to Florida. It's tough. It's tough.
And I always say too, it's easier. Think about this, right? It's easier to get out of a school. Like these kids can go to a different school every single year. A professional athlete can't do that. You can't go. Imagine if a professional athlete, there was only 1 year deal for every single. Imagine how crazy the NBA
That would be crazy.
Every single player in the NBA was on a 1 year contract.
That would be insane.
Yo, that would be so crazy. That'd be like Squid Games. Like that'd be so crazy if every year LeBron was going to a different team and Kevin Durant and Curry, every single year they were going to a different team. That like I don't watch college. I don't watch college basketball no more because I can't root for a team. I don't even know who's on the team anymore. Because every year,
but the tournament was good though. The tournament was exciting.
The tournament is good. But I don't know. I can't vibe with it. But I'm happy that they're getting paid. I respect it. But I just want to see kids just take it a little bit more serious as opposed to just saying, yo, you got 5,000 more for me, I'm gonna go here.
Yeah, I agree. For the fellas who's going through a breakup like Clay, in your opinion, how long should a person wait before their next relationship?
Right away. Do it now. All right, there's two ways to look at this. There's two ways on a serious note. There's two ways to look at this. One side of me is saying do it now. Seriously, like do it now.
Your relationship hop?
If the opportunity presents itself, I don't never force nothing. I don't believe in forcing nothing. I let the vibe come to me.
Let it flow.
Yep. What's destined is going to happen. So I don't think you should just go on Tinder and just try to find something. I think, but if something does fall in your lap, then hey, why not? Because you need to move on, and there's no better time to move on than present. The other half is like, okay, take time, become a better man, become a better person, get your finances, work out. That there's room for that too. So it depends on where you're at in your life. Sometimes you need
space,
mental clarity. You need space. You need to get your shit together. You're not even in a situation where you need to be in a relationship. So it was actually a blessing.
Yeah,
take the time. Sometimes,
but if you litty,
sometimes you hot and you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. He's on fire. Like you only like you got feed the hot hand. Feed the hot hand. Put the shots up, my boy. Like, shoot a shoot.
Then you see, I'll stay here a little bit too long.
So
I should have NIL'd it 1 year at a time.
1 year. 1 year.
Hello.
10-month contract.
Yeah, wrap it up. And summer right around the corner too. Ooh, what a time.
No. What do you think?
It depends on the day, man. I think you should take space to heal, be better. But if you get an opportunity of a lifetime, that's why I think you should just progressively get better no matter what throughout the month. So if you see an opportunity of a lifetime, woo, I'm ready. Are you healed? Yep. You see, I let that go. Well, you clearly. Sign of being healed is letting some shit go that don't work.
That's a fact.
So it depends.
What do you think about the new stat that says 1 in 25 Black people are now millionaires?
This brought so much joy to me when I saw it. I think it's a combination of factors. Like, I think we had a small part to play in that, humbly. But I love...
play a big part, actually, respectfully.
I'm going to be good cop, you be bad cop. So I'm going to say humbly. And then you can, espouse.
No, that's why I say respectfully. Of course.
I think, shout out to the new Red Panda millionaires that were made. I love you. More to come. Actually, a new one happened today, too. We'll talk about it next week.
Congratulations.
But I think it's a great thing. I think once we have equal playing field, access to information, this was possible. The other part is that number should be 20 out of 25 if all the systemic issues were not there. Access to, just think from our lifetime, from let's say 96 through now, we're really just getting started in the race the last 4 or 5 years. Imagine if we knew this in 2001, 02, 03, when they were telling us to collect CDs because they'll have more value over time. Not stocks, CDs. So I think playing propaganda games has hurt. That number should be higher, but I was happy to see that 1 in 25 has become millionaires, and I think the number will grow over time. What about you?
I think it's encouraging for sure. I think we need more. Can never, just Jensen mentality. We need 1 in 5 to become millionaires. But I definitely think that we played a major part in it. As far as you look at the number of brokerage accounts that was open, you look at so many different factors. Entrepreneurship on the rise. And somebody had said something to the fact, like, we building Samba City. Shout out to our partners in Ghana. And they was like, well, why can't you build something for Americans, for like Black Americans?
We did.
And well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, well, what we built for Black Americans is way bigger than a real estate development. Like, we help bring a generation out the dark ages. That's just a fact. Whether you like, dislike, don't like the approach, even the haters, they'll even say, no, they definitely raised even the thought process. People didn't even know what assets and over liability. People didn't know what asset or liability was. Now you got rappers talking about, I need an asset, not a liability. Change the vernacular and also introduce the world to entrepreneurs. Most people didn't even know who Don Peebles was. Or Robert Smith. They couldn't tell you what he looked like. They might have heard his name from what he did in Morehouse. They couldn't tell you what he actually looked like. The list goes on.
Yeah. Even having a strategy as simple as pairing tech with indexes. Even like when I first started talking about the futures market, Ish told me this the other day. He was like, they thought you were talking about future. Look, I remember we were at Joe's house. We kept talking about futures market. They like, what the fuck does future have to do with the market? And I'm like, what? So to raise the vibration entry point, and like you said, whether you like us or not, you can't rewrite history. Can't rewrite history. Respectfully, humbly, all that.
So,
and that's also the reason the other shit I got in my bag, you don't even need to show it. Just be quiet. I learned, okay, y'all want to hate and do all the things people, said this. The other 64 things I know how to do real well, the warrants and the totem pole trick, I'll never talk about. Thank you. Keep that shit for me and Xander. When you see Rashad, hey, Belly Part 2 coming soon. All right, have it your way. Since y'all want to do your little think pieces for $9.82 in AdSense. And I'm willing to buy your channels too. Email me. I'll make you an offer. That's the crazy part. You'd rather hate than act. I'm like, if you just applied the information, you would make 20 times more than your think piece on, bro. What do I know?
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about Trump. Can we show this clip of Trump, please? Oh, casino clip.
Studies that are being placed as well on the Iran conflict too, and there have been some trackings where people suspect that there's insider trading happening on these prediction markets around the war.
Well, you know, the whole world, unfortunately, has become somewhat of a casino. And you look at what's going on all over the world, in Europe and every place they're doing these betting things. I was never much in favor of it. I don't like it conceptually, but it is what it is. No, I think that I'm not happy with any of that stuff, but they have all these different sites. They have predictive markets. It's a crazy world. It's a much different world than it was.
Okay. Man, this was interesting because, this prediction market has been running crazy, and obviously the insider trading has just been going crazy allegedly. And, he's saying like, yo, it is what it is. Like, like the whole world is casino. Pretty much like, get yours. That's what this whole thing has just come to. It's always been like that, but that's what it's come down to at this point. It's just like, man, get yours, man. And of course, they did arrest some military officers that profited off a poly market when there was a prediction that Mondero was going to get arrested. And of course, they got the black guy.
I mean,
he's the fall guy. Everything, out of all of this whole situation, the one military guy that got arrested was a black guy. But so when I say get yours, don't think that you're above. Don't do anything illegal because you're gonna get sacrificed before it.
For sure.
Get sacrificed. But you gotta, figure out a way, because this is the president of the United States who pretty much saying, though, it is what it is. What you want me to do? The whole world is a casino. Everything's up. What Jay say? Everything's for sale.
You got 5 passports.
I'm never going
to jail. Yeah. And even in that, it's telling, because it's the one part that makes you say, wow, I can't believe he said it. And the other part, when you look at a casino, they're profiteering at every part of real estate that's on display. He's telling you quietly, run the bag up for yourself to prepare for what's to come. So while it's devious that Jared and Barron and everyone in that camp is profiteering from every end, he's telling you to do the same to warn you for what's to come. So if you take the emotion out of it, even someone that you may not care for, there'll be a gem in there, and you can see it in his body language. When a person is that open and honest, they're telling you, he's basically saying, shit's fucked up, stack up all you can. Stack up all you can, because at some point, we're going to hit an iceberg, and we're going to be in trouble. And now, it was announced that UAE is leaving OPEC. And
well, let's talk about that. UAE is leaving OPEC. UAE is not a major oil producer, but they have oil. Abu Dhabi. Dubai has no oil at all. For you guys, just some educational insight for you guys.
Yep.
That's why, even though Dubai is the most popular emirate, there's like 7. I think there's 7 emirates. The only 2 that anybody has ever heard of is Abu Dhabi and Dubai, for the most part. But there's like 7 others of them, 5 others, and they come together. That's why it's called the United Arab Emirates. Dubai is the most popular, obviously, because of the destinations, the travel, and the whole thing. That was largely financed from loans from Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi has the oil, and that's why the king of Abu Dhabi is the head of the UAE. So they have the real power, even though most people don't really think about Abu Dhabi because they're not glitz and glamour like Dubai is. So yeah, the UAE, they produce some oil, but they left. They're leaving May 1st. Is this something investors should be concerned about?
Absolutely, because it makes bricks stronger. Like when the Bulls assembled that 96 team, they always talk about Jordan, Pippen, Rodman. The addition of Ron Harper helped. Former star player. Like, you can add small assets to a collective like bricks, that makes it unstoppable. And on top of that, with the oil market fluctuating the way that it is, like next year, food prices are supposed to go up 22% because of oil production. Construction costs are supposed to go up another 13%. Cost of cars are going to go up. Electronics, now we have open AI, potential fallout. There's a lot of things that could go wrong in our economy. And the crazy part is, I was saying this on Stock Club call, replay out now in Telegram. The